This is getting old. Why aren't you here? Why don't you just go hang out with Star Wars Theory all day? This is Tower 1 for the Iron Nerd. If you're not here in 5 minutes, it's the Chet Show today.
This is the Iron Nerd Chet. In the words of Johnny from Cobra Kai. Silence! I'll be right there. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Nerd Vengers, Broke Vengers, and everybody in between. Welcome to the stream. I'm on my way in, and sorry, Chet. Just the Chet Show will have to wait until a later date. Plenty to talk about today. DC, whoa! It's a DC Tuesday. We got to talk about this absolute craziness with regards to Nick Cage, Superman. That's right, I said it. Nick Cage, Superman. It's real! And we're going to talk about it. I'm coming in hot. Nerd Vengers! I tell ya, it's getting a little awkward flying in, man. People are starting to notice. You come in and they're like, oh, is that the Iron Nerd? Hey, Iron Nerd! And it's just like all these people like yelling and screaming. It's pretty crazy. I might have to figure out a different route. What's going on, Nerd Vengers? Hope you're doing well. A lot to get into today. I'm very excited to talk about the DC stuff for sure. And yeah, of course, I was on Star Wars Theories channel last night. We're going to talk about that a little bit as well. I will be back on his channel again next Monday. We're going to get into all of that and more. Shout out to Theory. Shout out to Mark Fernandez. Good guy, man. Put my name on Theory's radar, so it's pretty cool. I was very happy to do that stream. I'm sure Star Wars Santa had a freaking conniption after we started going in on Disney, but it's all love, it's all good. Meet me in the studio, guys. We gotta get to it. Good morning, everybody. Morning. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing well. A lot to get into today, but before we get too crazy into all the news and talk about all this craziness, as tradition dictates. Let's say what's up. Let's say good morning to all of the beautiful people. Lord Vito in early, dropping all sorts of chats. What's up, Vito? Mark Hamilton here, or Hamilton rather. Justin's in the building. Mr. Deeds is here. Peter Ferret, Bill M is here. AB is here. Bert Creep, Mike Porter, 2nd Street Marvel, Trinity, what is up? Darth Clean is here. Whiskey Steve Gray's in the building. Norin Rad, Stormy. Glad you still got your badge, Stormy. I saw something about that in the Discord. I'm glad you still got it. Jennifer Cook is in the building. Flatbread Zombie, Star Wars Santa Bashti. Josh is here. Will Morgan, Flatbread Zombie. Wolfpack Personal Training. Congratulations, Wolfpack. I saw a little bit of that in chat. Congratulations, man. Will Morgan is here. Enrique is here. Yinzer, Jim, Sam Shills, Mike, Brian K, Aaron, Patricia, Adam G, Mike Porter's in the building. Adam Profanjecture is here. Lavis is in the building. Oh my goodness, so many beautiful people. So many beautiful people. If I missed you, I apologize. What is up, everybody? How we doing? Den of Sith theories. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what to call that show. What to call that show. So yeah, we can talk about that a little bit, I guess, first, if you guys want to talk about that. But I do want to get into this DC stuff because it is juicy, guys. Nick Cage as Superman. That's pretty incredible. Okay, we'll get into that. So, show notes. Yes, of course. If you didn't know or you haven't seen, I was on Star Wars Theories channel last night. We did a little live stream. And might be a reoccurring thing. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to come back next week. And if the fans like it, and Theory and I had a good time, so I think we're going to continue doing that. It might be a show, might be a thing that we do from now on. So that's kind of cool. I hope I represented the community appropriately and represented you guys well. I think it was a good chat, but I'm curious for feedback and what you guys thought of it. Theory's a really cool dude, man. We talked off air a good bit as well, and just a really good guy. So shout out to Theory, man. Shout out to Theory, and seriously, shout out to Mark Fernandez. Mark Fernandez is like, I sort of linked up with Mark after I was on Rule of Two on back when it was on Collider, and Mark and I we had a good connection, man. We just saw eye to eye on it, and I think people really like straight shooters. Just in general, people like straight shooters, right? Well, the people I like straight shooters, I guess is what I'll say. So Mark and I became acquainted and talked a little bit here and there about things, and then he put me on Theory's radar. So shout out to Mark Fernandez, owner of Collider. Good dude, man. Good dude. Anyway, yeah, so that was cool. But also later today, folks, I'm trying to get the podcast that I did with executive producer Al Schuler. I want to make that public. And so check it out. And please look for on social. And just in general, if you would look out for that. If you haven't seen it, because it was members only for about a week, you're definitely going to want to check it out. It's all about Al and I coming to terms with our views of the sequel trilogy, Star Wars, etc., etc. So I think you'll really enjoy that. We're recording another episode tomorrow, Al and myself, and you guys are going to love it because it's Xbox versus PlayStation. Al and myself are going Xbox versus PlayStation. I can't wait. So that's going to be really cool. That'll go up for members only for a while, and then we'll release it as the actual podcast as well. Okay, so that's going to be pretty juicy. After Dark, ladies and gentlemen, you're definitely going to want to check that out Thursday night at 9 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, the watch party with Bashti and the hangout, because I think you guys might play Among Us again or something like that. Plus, I'm going to put her on blast a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. Bashti, are you ready? Friday's show. Bashti is going to be joining me on the morning stream, and we're going to be doing a new segment called You Laugh, You Lose. And she's going to have a bunch of memes and videos prepared to show me, and I'm going to try not to laugh at them. And we'll give myself like 3 life or something like that. And if I laugh, I lose a life. So that'll be going on Friday. Can't wait, Bashti. Can't wait to see you on here. And I'm sure there won't be any hiccups in your presentation, and you will flawlessly nail it. Okay. So, let's get into the news. Chet, pause that music. Let's talk about this. This shit is wild. Here we go. It's the craziest news of the day. Yo, this news is crazy. OMG, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty wild. So let's go through this entire little article. This is coming out on LRM.com. And LRM, man, they've been making some waves, man. They've been doing some stuff. Apparently, this is like a rebranded Latino review, okay? And so I just want to make sure you guys see the scrolly thing in the stream. You guys see me scrolling? They see me scrolling. They hating. Okay, cool. So it says here at the tippy, crazy rumor the Flash will include Bale, Kilmer, Clooney, and Nicolas Cage cameos? Whew! Holy shit, dude. That's wild. All right, so let's read from this article a little bit, and then we're going to talk about this, because I got a lot to say, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to listen to me flap my gums for a while today about how competition is good, how DC has pushed Feige to do things better, how Feige has pushed DC to do things better, and we're all one big happy nerdy family, okay? The Flash movie may have some other crazy cameos in store for us. It's been clear for some time that the standalone Flash movie will be a weird one. Years ago, when it was confirmed to be a Flashpoint adaptation. But just how deep would it go with the whole multiverse angle? Well, if the CW-verse crossover from last year was any indication, they'll likely be embracing it wholeheartedly. As it stands, virtually every DC property under the sun is a part of its own Earth, and that makes every single one canon. So the potential for craziness was certainly there. Okay, so, well, okay. So they're talking about the Ben Affleck rumor, they're talking about the Michael Keaton thing, and then they're talking about more Batman, including more Batman. Can we stop? Let's just stop for a second. Pause. Pause button, ladies and gentlemen. Pause button. Remember when we were joking about how, like, if we keep going and we keep talking about the Ray Fisher thing, we could get more Batman in the Flash movie? I present to you the fruits of our labor. Okay, let's keep going. So let's talk story first. According to Fandom Wire, the film will see Flash trying to stop an event, and in so messes up the timeline. As he tries to find his own world, he jumps into various other worlds. Pretty standard Flashpoint stuff, right? But what characters will he meet along the way? For starters, the outlet claims the producers want him to show up in Nolan's Gotham. Since Batman is dead in that world, we may see as little as a newspaper clipping confirming such. That being said, the outlet states the producers want to bring Bale in. Woo! Though, as great as that is, I find it odd. Wouldn't it make more sense for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, his character technically Batman now, and Gordon-Levitt is much more of a fanboy, so getting him will probably be easier. Why not both, I say, right? Anyway, in addition to that, the Flash will get both Val Kilmer and George Clooney's Batman. Dude, this is why you don't stop talking about this Ray Fisher stuff, because they're literally like Salt Bae with these Batmen, man. Anyway, so it does sound like such a thing just yet. Chris O'Donnell, who portrayed Dick Grayson in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, is also being approached. That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. But that's not all. There is also word that Grant Gustin's Flash from the CW show could pop up. What? Since Miller popped up in last year's crossover episode, that doesn't seem like too much of a stretch, but that's not the final big rumor cameo. The outlet also states Nicolas Cage is being approached. Fans of Superman will know he almost played the Man of Steel in Tim Burton's doomed Superman Lives. Perhaps the coolest part is that if this goes through, Cage will actually be the Superman of Michael Keaton's world. Fucking what? Cage has since played Superman in the Teen Titans Go to the movies. So we know he's likely down to reprise the role. Wow. 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 Let's go back into the chat. We got to talk about this. This is ridiculous. Man. Okay. First up, thoughts. I need to know, guys. What do you think about this? How are you feeling about this? Flood the chat with your opinions. I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, Nerd Vengers, because I need to know. Please tell me. How do you feel? Not happy. It's perfect. That's the internet right there. Yo, Brian K. and Roddy Vision, you guys just did the internet. Not happy. It's perfect. Welcome to the internet. Too much, says Nick Cook. Right on. It makes sense. Clooney would never do Batman again. Oh my God, that's hilarious, Mike. Look, I love you, Mike. But they said the same thing about Ben Affleck. He'd never play Batman again. He'd never do it again. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to hate. But like, come on, man. Oh my God, Lavis is like, meh? Lavis, you're the DC guy. How can you be meh on this? How? How can you do that? How can you do that? Travis Adams says, Theory's energy was off yesterday, or was it just me? Yeah, it's a little off. Look, there's some things going on behind the scenes. I can't talk about it, but he's going to be okay. Josh, I'm scared and excited at the same time. Me too. E equals MCU says yawn with the face. You know what? I have this really good talent of doing emojis with my actual face. That's that emoji. Maybe I can make my lips like straighter. Like. That's that. All we need now is Nicolas Cage to cameo as Big Daddy. Yeah. How would all of these Batmans in one film even make sense? Says Sufi. What's up, Sufi? Sounds brilliant. Yeah, mixed opinions, guys. Mixed opinions. A lot of mixed opinions about this. Yeah, crazy. So, okay, let's talk now. Appreciate the feedback. Respect all the opinions. So now let me kind of tell you how I feel. I think this is incredible. Because what I think is happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is DC is running with a very good idea, an idea that they should have run with a long time ago. In fact, dude, I think I might do a little project here. I might go back and look at old videos where I said they should just multiverse it. They should just use the multiverse. Like literally, I've probably been saying this for years. And so I might go back and try to figure that out. You know what I mean? And like get you guys a super edit of me saying it like for the past couple of years. But anyway, this is a brilliant idea. And the Flashpoint movie is already looking to be absolutely epic and ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. Having Ben Affleck back as Batman is ridiculous. Bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman is ridiculous. But the fact that they want to take it even further, it feels like they're really trying to make one of the most insane, like bombastic, entertaining comic book movies of all time. And I got to tell you, respect. Respect for swinging for the fences. Absolutely. If you're going to come out and do this kind of a thing, swing for the fences. And so in that regard, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I also think, particularly with Nick Cage Superman, I think about the late, great John Schnepp. Okay? The sweaty himself. One of the best dudes to do it, man. One of the reasons I'm in front of you right now with a microphone. You know what I mean? Like, this dude was just a special talent, a special gift to the world. He made a documentary about Superman Lives. He made a documentary about Superman Lives. And in some ways, I think he put that Nick Cage and Tim Burton Superman movie sort of on the map for a lot of normies, right? And I can't help but think somewhere in a multiverse or, you know, maybe in a heavenly-like domain or something, I can't help but think that Schnepp somewhere is smiling. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of news that, like, I would have loved to see John cover on an episode of Heroes. You know what I mean? And just really, man, he would love talking about this. And he'd be getting into all the little nerdy details and all the little different things like that. And I think that at the end of the day, it's going to be pretty quick cameos. Like, you'll probably have a sequence similar to what they did in Doctor Strange 1, where you're going through the multiverse at a pretty quick clip, I would imagine. But I believe that even with just cameos and doing it at a quick clip like that could be incredible. And also, hopefully, potentially set up a crisis or some kind of a multiversal conflict in the future for DC. I think it's fantastic. I'm absolutely in love with the idea. And, you know, the other side of this is, of course, and we talked about this yesterday, what this movie has done to Kevin Feige's plan in Doctor Strange 2. And so it really and truly feels as though Feige is seeing what they are doing. And he's like, yo, we got to up our game. We got to pour some more juice. You know what I mean? Like, we got to give it a little bit more of a go. And this is ultimately where I think we could, as comic book fans, be in one of the healthiest positions we've been in a long time. Especially coming out of the pandy. So coming out of the pandy and with Marvel, with their current slate and their current, you know, issues of delay and things like that, DC is actually literally poised to create some competition. To actually create some competition. Okay? And so, why is this good? Because I think Doctor Strange 2 is literally going to be better, more wild, crazier, more entertaining, because DC is really positioning the Flashpoint movie to be incredible. And I think both of these movies come out in 2022, unless I'm mistaken. And who knows now, you know what I mean, with delays and everything like that. But, yo, can you imagine Flashpoint and Doctor Strange 2 in the same year? In the same year. One part of the year, we're getting hyped up, we're getting pumped up for Flashpoint. The next part of the year, we're getting hyped up for Doctor Strange 2. That shit is wild, dude. Incredible. So I'm very excited. I feel like we might be at a place that I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I didn't think DC would be able to get here as quickly as they did. Now, some of you are saying, yeah, well, they need to execute. I agree. But you can't say they haven't turned it around. They have turned it around. It seems like they're cleaning up shop. It seems like they're fixing up loose ends. It seems like they have an actual plan moving forward. And it seems like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. And if you could drop a like on the stream, as some people are saying in chat, yeah, that would be great. That would be really great. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool, man. I think it's pretty cool. DC has realized their mistakes. I think so. I agree DC should swing for the fences. The problem is that they've spent the past decade batting about 150 and striking out every other time they're up to the plate. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Totally fair. Would be great if Marvel and DC could agree to show each other's universes in the movies, for example. Yeah, that would be great. I don't think that's on the table, though. Maybe down the line. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty epic. But, yeah. If they keep swinging, they may catch a cold. Yeah, no, it's possible, man. It's possible. But, hey, let's get, as we're going to choke slam Cage, try that shit on Cage. Yo, you try that shit on Cage, Ezra. It's a Superman movie now. Let's hop into the theater, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the theater. Come on into the Den of Nerds Theater. Let's see what's going on in the world. Let's talk about a few things. And then we'll get into strict Q&A, and I'll answer whatever questions you guys have, okay? And you know what? It's beautiful to see all these subscribes. Y'all should be subscribing to this channel. We're trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. The amount of members that we have, the amount of revenue that this channel makes, the amount of love this channel gets does not match up with the subscriber count. We need more subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay. So let's see what's going on. See what's going on in this crazy DC world. Oh, yeah, this is so weird. So, you know, I'll say this. This is something that Warner Bros. Really needs to get under control. Australian streaming service claimed to release Wonder Woman 1984 this November. Binge is basically HBO Max for Australia. So there's a different HBO Max for Canada as well. They got to get that figured out, dude. Because, like, there's, like, HBO Max isn't, like, everywhere in the world, and there's different, like, names and stuff for it and all that. They've got this Fandom Wire article, which this is really interesting. Exclusive, huge cameos. And I think Andy Signor sort of helped them out with scooping some of this stuff. But yeah, this goes over a lot of the stuff that we just talked about. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Multiple people reporting on it. This one's pretty interesting. I don't think it's true at all, but there's a rumor that Jim Carrey might replace Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker sequel. Apparently there could be some beef between Joaquin and DC. Seems kind of silly to me. And there was a report that they want to do 2 more Joker movies. Look, let me just tell you what it is. Warner Brothers wants to do 30 more Joker movies. Like, let's be real. They want to milk that thing dry until those... Yeah, I could say some graphic shit, but, like, they just want to milk that shit dry. Okay? And the artist's integrity and the artist's job is to decide how much of yourself and your integrity are you willing to whore out for how many dollar bills, right? So... Here's a little report here that people are thinking that due to some Joel Kinnaman comments that the Suicide Squad will absolutely be rated R. I think this too. Do you guys think Suicide Squad's gonna be rated R? Y'all let me know in chat right now. Is the Suicide Squad gonna be rated R? Should be. Yes, yep. Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. Yeah, it's got that vibe for sure. Hell yeah. Definitely. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's see what else that Reddit's talking about. Talking about the Henry Cavill deal. You know, I thought this was really interesting. I actually didn't see this until I was done with the Cavill video. But I made the Cavill video, and then apparently it came out that Cavill's manager posted a photo of Superman on Instagram with the caption like "Hope never left" or something. This was the day after the apparently the contract was signed, and none of the trades are talking about it. Even Grace McQueen doesn't have an update on it. I think it's real. That's what I think. Let's see here. This is an interesting theory. Warner Brothers had fake leakers say that the Snyder Cut doesn't exist. Okay, this is really interesting. It kind of ties into some stuff that Theory and I were talking about yesterday. And I highly recommend you check out the stream I did with Star Wars Theory yesterday, because we did get into some of this stuff with different things we've heard about Lucasfilm, different things that we think happened with Episode 9, and Lucasfilm putting out the leaks and watching Reddit to get focus group testing feedback and stuff like that. It's real shit. It's real. And let's just see what they got to say. The Cultured Nerd article says, the troublesome history, Zack Snyder, Jeff Johns, and the fall of the DCEU. This is I might have to dig into this article. I might make a whole video on this. But we've sort of been trying to cover this before, and that would be the big divide between Mr. Zack Snyder and Jeff Johns and that camp. Okay? So, I mean, look, I've told you guys a lot about that already, and it's real, and we can get into that if anybody has any questions. But I do find this pretty interesting, man. I do think Warner Brothers put out, like, bots, literally put out bots and fake leaks to try to downplay the Snyder Cut. Absolutely. All right, so that's what's going on in DC land. That's for all your updates. Now, one thing I want to watch, and everybody's going to cringe, but I want to check this out, watch this, and give you my feedback here. And this would be my boy, Phil Spencer, talking about how Microsoft bought Bethesda and really ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, that is more than Disney paid for Star Wars. I want to let that sink in for a moment. That is almost what Disney paid for Marvel and Star Wars combined. Almost. And so I want to watch this and talk about this for a second, and then we'll get into strict Q&A. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I am recording the podcast, the second episode of the Nerd and Naughty podcast with Al Schuler, and we're talking Sony versus Marvel. So here we go. Let's watch this. Let's check this out together.
I want to ask about this. How will these ZeniMax assets help you with this latest Xbox launch, your Game Pass momentum, and xCloud?
Yeah, I mean, gamers love great games. You just mentioned we've got the Xbox consoles going on pre-order tomorrow for the next generation. Just last week, we added Game Pass cloud streaming so people can play this Game Pass library across all of their phones, the Android phones out there. And then obviously Game Pass, which is the largest game content subscription out there, 15 million subscribers and growing. So getting to work.
And, you know, Adam brought this up yesterday. He asked a question. And essentially, guys, Xbox Game Pass has about 3 times the active subscribers that HBO Max has. Think about that. Let's keep going.
Work with ZeniMax to bring their amazing collection of games to Game Pass is just an incredible opportunity for us.
Now, financially, when will this be accretive? Are you making cuts to this company as you acquire it, or are you going to leave it alone?
Ooh, good question.
Our plan is to leave it alone. I mean, ZeniMax has an amazing track record of building great games. Our goal is to make ZeniMax the best ZeniMax they can be, working individually with their studios on the great platform technology that we have.
Yo, I love Phil Spencer, man. I love Phil Spencer. And this dude came in while Xbox was in a really bad spot, and he started to turn the culture around and shifted them in this new direction, which is absolutely what you want for leadership. It's absolutely what you want from a public relations standpoint. I'm a big fan of this guy.
Getting their creators' feedback into the things that we need to go build. That's just a critical flywheel for us innovating, is the feedback of the world's best creators on our platforms.
Tell me about the gaming ecosystems overall. Microsoft has spoken out against the way that Apple controls its App Store on those lines, but how is that really different from the percentage that console makers take on games on their platforms?
When you get large-scale general compute platforms like mobile phones, People should have access to the great content and services that are out there, and we remain committed to that. There are over 3 billion people who play video games today. Many of them play on phones, and we're committed to bringing Game Pass to all mobile phones out there, including Apple phones. We'll continue the conversations, and I'm sure we'll be able to get to some resolution.
Yeah, I'm not.
Boilerplate. Very, very well handled. And if you're ever in a position like this, it's worth remembering that you don't have to answer the actual questions that people ask you. Do what politicians do. If they ask you a question, you give the answer you want to give, regardless of what the question is or how it was trying to lead you.
Sure, that gets to the core issue of how it's different, though.
See what I mean? This guy, and that's good. That's good. He's pushing him. He's pressing the point because Phil just judoed that question. Now my man's trying to judo it back. Let's see what happens.
What is the core issue? I mean, 30% take? Is it how they're trying to...
My prediction, Phil will answer by basically talking about how Xbox is committed to being pro-gamer.
Command the way you do games in the cloud that also work through the App Store?
Our biggest issue isn't a financial issue. Our biggest issue is that cloud game streaming apps are actually not allowed in the way that Game Pass is built for other platforms. So for us, this is about gamers having great access to the content from the creators they love on the devices they own. Play the games that you want with the community that you want to play on the devices that you have. That's our goal.
Yeah. Pretty great.
So, Phil, on that note, then, how will this
It's my guy. It's my guy right here. It ain't his first rodeo.
Affect the launch of future games? I know that ZeniMax was developing one for PS5 exclusively. Does that stay intact, or is that going to change after this deal?
Yeah, the commitments we've already made with the gamers out there on the games that people know about, we will continue with those commitments. The thing
What
this
is that
really
buzz?
about
Is that buzz
a
on their
huge
end?
investment in our Xbox community.
Wow, that buzz is on their end. They must have had something happen with a mic.
They know that the great games coming from ZeniMax and all of those studios, we're now at over 23 studios inside of Xbox. Those games will be able to come to the Xbox community. They'll come to Game Pass day and date, and people will have just an amazing collection of great games to continue to play on Xbox.
Damn, that buzz is
Xbox
fierce.
Series X launch. I think pre-orders open tomorrow morning. You're not going to have Halo Infinite for that. How has COVID affected
Look at him on his
game
list right here. Look at that
availability,
shit.
and
Look at this
how
shit.
is
This
that
motherfucker's like, it's like bold in here. They don't have Halo Infinite. This matters.
going to affect your marketing and your expectations around the console launch?
Yeah, with people sheltering in place, work from home, we've seen
Chet,
incredible
you hear this
engagement.
buzz, man? I don't want to gas you up, but you literally do a better job than fucking CNBC, brother. You understand? 30 cents a day. I have never spent a better 30 cents a day than on you, Chet.
In the great gaming community over the last few months, and we're really proud of the way that gaming has been able to play such a pivotal role for people. But you're absolutely right. Games today are hundreds of people coming together to build these massive games, and it's important that we're conscious of the safety of our teams, and it does have an impact on production, and you're seeing some of that out there. But when we look at this launch and people's appetite for gaming right now, we're very bullish on how our pre-orders are going to go tomorrow. We have the most powerful console in the market.
True, they
we
do.
have the most affordable console.
I don't
want
want to give away any of my points, man, but I'm excited to talk to Al about this. I really am. Look, here's the thing, Al. Yeah, y'all won the last generation. Yeah, I'll probably get a PS5. But Xbox, this is the future, man. It's the future.
We've got things like Xbox All Access that allow people to join this next generation of gaming for $24.99 a month. No upfront cost. You get a console and Game Pass. In times like this, I think that accessibility of price point and offer is really, really important.
Boom. Nailed it. All right, cool. Well done. Well done, Phil. All right, let's get into the chat. We'll finish off with like... I don't know. We'll finish off with some Q&A, guys. Look, I'm sorry for the shorter streams at the beginning of this week, but just kind of some busy days. I kind of have some busy days, so. But yeah, let's get into Q&A. What do y'all want to talk about, man? What do y'all want to talk about? How are we doing? I'm doing well, Tim. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. What do y'all want to talk about? What does this mean for Elder Scrolls? A couple of different things. First up, they will do day one release on Game Pass. Now, this is mostly about Game Pass, okay? But can I do a vid casting the MCU multiverse? Sure. Sure, we could do that. Watch the spam. Watch the spam, Gordon. Time you out, bro. Put you in timeout. Let you think about what you've done. So, day release on Game Pass, meaning you don't have to buy these games. They will just come out on Game Pass. So that'll be the big thing for the Elder Scrolls games. I do believe they will still hit Sony and PC and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, I don't know. It's going to be a case-by-case basis, but I doubt there will be some exclusivity, I'm sure. But, like, Xbox, I really don't think is trying to go as hard as Sony is as far as hiding or rather putting exclusivity behind paywalls. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Darth Clean, thank you for the love. Thank you for the super chat. Wish I could give more, but this is for the incredible stream last night with Star Wars Theory. Loved it. Hope you guys are doing it. Hope you guys keep doing it and stay in touch. Thanks, Darth Clean. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back next week, and I think, look, I don't want to speak out of class, but I think that Theory and we enjoyed the stream, and Theory and I think it's going to be a new show, man. I think it's either like Nerd Theory or Theory of Nerd or something. Yeah, we're working on a name for it. And I think as long as the fans liked it, I mean, Theory was pretty happy with the show. So, yeah, look, I don't know, but I assume we will be doing many streams in the future. And either way, it's just an honor to cross paths with that dude, man, and to make some content. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was cool. He said he didn't know me he said he didn't know you when I asked him on a live stream. Yeah, no, just being real, like he doesn't know me from my content. He knows me through Mark. You know what I mean? So basically, like, Mark Fernandez and I and our friendship essentially put me on Theory's radar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys bounce off of each other well. Yeah. No, I think we just have a good vibe, and you didn't say anything about his beautiful chin. No, I didn't, Santa. You know? You gotta go easy sometimes, you know? Isn't Fernandez like 73? I don't know. I don't know if he's 73, but I'll tell you a couple things about Mark Fernandez. Stern, but fair. He's also an incredibly successful person. Incredibly successful. And he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. Now, he's stern. When it comes to business, draws hard lines. I love that. I respect that. But Mark is a good guy. What was the video called? It's his video. If you check out his vid, it has Filoni on it, and we talked about the title before we went live, and I don't remember what it is, but it's something to do with the Filoni verse. I really wanted to tell Theory about the Filoni verse because he's unfamiliar with that. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate the love. Yeah. What drama between Joaquin Phoenix and DC Warner Brothers? So, look, this is just a report. We don't know. But the report is suggesting that there's some kind of a conflict between Phoenix and a studio, which, by the way, like, I know it's, like, hard to understand, but there's always a conflict. Always. Like, the way contracts work and the way that that sort of a relationship works is like you should be, as a studio, trying to get as much out of this actor or person as possible. You should be trying to get as much out of this asset as is possible. As an actor, you're trying to get as much control, as much on the back end as possible. Everybody's trying to fight for their shit. Okay? That's normal. You know what I mean? And so it could be a classic sort of tactic where, and this it doesn't even like always happen, but like Phoenix's camp, they're debating, right? All of a sudden, WB schedules a meeting with Jim Carrey to talk about the Joker, and then they leak it out. Okay? Now, they have no intention of signing Jim Carrey, but they have every intention of marking down Phoenix's price or debating this in the Phoenix thing, okay? This is just Hollywood. This is just how that shit works. Scott Owen coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love. I think PS5 will do better because I already have a PC, so I will get all the games without buying Xbox console. Yeah, for sure. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, the Ultimate Edition of Game Pass, which comes with Xbox Live. It comes with xCloud. It comes with Game Pass on console and PC. That's the future. That's the future. That's what I have. That's what I'm pumped about getting games on that. So, yeah. Isn't The Bad Batch technically in the Filoniverse? Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. How long have you known Fernandez? Since late last year, whenever I did Rule of Two on Collider. We chatted a little bit beforehand, but we just really hit it off, dude. Like, we just really hit it off. We really enjoyed talking Star Wars together. And by the way, Mark Riley, a lot of love for Mark. A lot of love for a lot of those Collider people. Man, I came up watching these people. You know what I mean? So, what movie are you most excited to see from DC? For me, it's the Snyder Cut. Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to check out the Snyder Cut, for sure. But this Flash movie is starting to give the Snyder Cut a run for its money. And, of course, I really want to see Green Lantern stuff. You know? Rep it. I really want to see... I really want to see Green Lantern shit, so... Didn't WB pull the same move with Robin Williams when they're trying to get Nicholas to sign on? They probably did. I'm not super familiar with it, but it wouldn't surprise me. But doesn't the PC element take away from the new Xbox? Yeah. So, Stizzy's house, I'll get into that on the podcast with Al, which if you want to get first, you're going to want to be a member, which my good friend Ryan H., executive producer, just dropped a link in. Sufi, if you're still in here, click that link. That will get you into the Nerd Vengers. There were people asking me about the memberships. They were like, I can't get the memberships to work and all that. So if you're on mobile, I think it can be a little bit weird. So click that link that Ryan just threw into the chat if you want to become a member. So that'll happen in the membership podcast. But one of the things we're going to talk about is that very point. Well, doesn't that hurt Xbox console sales? It absolutely does. Xbox is actually they're not as interested in selling a bunch of consoles. Xbox long play is to become the Netflix of gaming. Okay? So that's what they're looking to do. Hey, I know I'm late, but good stream with Star Wars Theory last night. Way better than Mark. Ah, thanks, man. Mark's a friend. Yeah, but look, I love Mark. All the love to Mark. But, man, like, I don't know. Mark doesn't really even seem that into content creating or, like, being a performer. So, like, and dude is so successful, and he's doing such big things, bro. Like, Mark is, like, buying studio lots and shit in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't even say that. Look, Mark is doing cool things. So, Mark don't need to be on YouTube. Especially, like, if he's not feeling it. You know what I mean? And that's all I will say about that. I can't really say much more. I actually upgraded to Nerd Vengers Prime. Didn't realize I didn't do that. Yeah, we need to put an allowance on your super chat spending, bro. Because I love the support, but we can't have you freaking eating ramen noodles and shit. Come on, man. Drop a couple. just pull back on the super chats and eat good. That's what I would suggest. Life is about living it, man. Will Charlie Cox ever come to the MCU? If he does, it won't be as Daredevil. He loves ramen noodles. Some people do. Nerdvengers love, baby. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. CGM shows like, nope. Yeah, it's very unlikely that he will come. Dude, I would love him as Cyclops. Justin, let's go! I grew up poor. I do love ramen. Yeah. I feel you, man. Will the Snyder Cut be worth it? I think it will 1,000% be worth it, yeah. I think it's going to be incredible. I wish I could get excited for the DCEU. I'll have to see the proof in the pudding. I get you, Zach. I get you. And honestly, that's a totally understandable position to have, and it is on DC. DC put themselves into this position, and the impetus is on them to win you back. You know what I mean? So, it's all good. Raise Chet's pay to 20 cents. Think about it. I'll think about it. 384 viewers and 84 likes. That's unacceptable. If we don't get to 100 likes in the next 5 minutes, I'm out of here. And I'm not kidding. I'm out of here. In fact, I might be out of here either way, but drop them likes. Charlie Cox's Cyclops is something I can back, and I don't care for Scotty Summers. Nice, Jennifer. Nice. Was last night's stream a last-minute thing? He almost took a bucket list live stream away from me. Oh, yeah, my bad. I teased it yesterday on the stream. I was like, there's something cool, but I can't talk about. And I was like, look out on social. We didn't actually post it on social, and there's a reason for that. And look, I posted it on the Discord. I talked about it on the Discord, and the further we go along, if we really do establish this as a show, then yeah, like we'll talk about it on social all the time. And like, dude, Theory's such a cool dude. We talked a lot about a lot of cool things. But point being, I mean, look, there's a ton of dope shit that we have going on and that we're trying to get accomplished for the Den, but I can't talk about it all. You know what I mean? I just can't. I no longer have friends. Why? Did you lose the bet, bro? Or when's the bet? When is the bet over for Cap? Josh, we need to make Theory an honorary Nerdvenger? Absolutely. John David Washington as Green Lantern? I'm into it. Hell no, you didn't lose the bet? So when is it over? When do you have to make it to? Wednesday at 7 p.m.? Damn. Okay. We're all shitting on Cyclops. I know, man. But Cap, man, he's Pennsylvania strong. He's Pennsylvania strong, man. He knows Cap will be fine. Cap will be fine, man. 99 likes? Well, we better get one more or I'm out of here. Xbox Series X or S? I'm getting neither right away. I'm not getting either one right away. And it probably won't get one of them until I upgrade my TV. Because as a lot of you were mentioning, like, if you've got a good PC, which I do, why don't you just get shit on PC? And I'm into that. And, look, I love Xbox. I'm still going to be playing a ton of Xbox games. But I'm just going to play them on the Xbox I got over there. There's no reason for me to get a new Xbox right now. You know what I mean? Hey, Josh, you ever watch Death Battle? I think so. They did, like, a Vader versus Batman, right? Isn't that what it was? Do you know when Black Panther will be available on Marvel's Avengers game? I got no idea, Eric. Sorry, man. I have no idea. If he makes it, though, Josh, I'm going to have to plug in my show. So many people watch him slander Wolverine. Okay, right on. No, yeah, that'll be cool. What up, Wu-Tang Whales? Good to see you in these parts. Will we get Theory over here in the Den? Hey, I'd love to have Theory over here in the Den, man. I'd love to have Theory over here. We'll see. I mean, look, obviously that would be cool, but there's a shit ton of other people I got to get on here first. Well, not first, but like I want to get some of you guys on here. You know what I mean? I want to have you guys on here. I want to get the producers on here more. I want to have Star Wars speculation, Kessel Run transmissions. Lord Callus, you know, the great, the best voice on YouTube, Lord Callus. I want to have him on here more. I'd love to have other DC channels on here more. I'd love to have other Marvel channels on here more. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming. Yeah. When will you and Michael Roman collab? Man, wouldn't that be spicy? I wonder if he'd be open to it. I would totally do that. Get Fatal J? I'd love to talk to Fatal J. Fatal J is a real one, man. I was in a stream, or no, I forget where it was. Me and Fatal J have crossed paths before, and I forget where it was, but it was a respect thing. Love to have Fatal J on, for sure. Predictions on which new MCU character will be cast, either officially or... Enrique, hey, look, man, appreciate the love, but I'm so bad with castings, man. I look, you guys love doing the castings. Everybody loves asking me about the castings. I can't. Josh, you should collab with Rob from Comics Explained. His Secret Wars videos are giving me life right now. Dope, Sufi. Yo, I'll be into that. I'm gonna check those videos out, actually. Rob is the truth. Fan castings over on the Facebook page. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What do you think about new rock stars? I love their videos. Yeah, I like them too. I like them a lot. Eric Voss is a hustler. Ryan from Screen Crush? I don't know who that is. Comics Explained is fire. He is my muse. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I linked up with Comics Explained. No, not Comics Explained. What's Benny's channel? Comicstorian. I apologize, Benny. So I linked up with Comicstorian, and I sat on a panel with him at a Comic-Con, and we talked about becoming a nerdy YouTuber together. It was dope. Comicstorian's great, but Rob was not there, unfortunately, so I didn't get to meet Rob. Oh, man. Probably going to get out of here in a minute. I know we're popping right now, but I got a busy day, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions? Any last-minute questions? I can give you guys like 10 more minutes. We could chill on this for like 10 more. Yeah, get Burke on the morning stream. I know, man. I got to get Burke on the morning stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to talk with Comic Book Cast, too. His channel is very good. You talking about Arnon? I would talk with Arnon. I would do that. Will I ever find love? Absolutely, Lavis. Absolutely. And a light walker like you should know that already, man. A light walker like you. Let me give you guys some advice when it comes to that kind of stuff, okay? Here's what you got to do. You got to make 2 lists. Let me know when Prince is on here. I would love to talk to Prince. I'd love to talk to Prince. Look, guys, I would love to talk to Prince, okay? I would totally do that. Let me explain something to you. You got to make 2 lists. We'll end on this point. We will end on this point, on this story. You have to make 2 lists. You make one list of your ideal partner. The ideal person you want to have as your partner. My queen! I'm memeing a little bit there, right? But look, you got to make that list. List out all the qualities you want, all the things you want, and be selfish. Be selfish. It's just you. You don't have to front. Write it down. If you need a certain thing, you need that thing. Write it down. Okay? And then you write down a list. You make the first list of her or him or they, whoever you are, whatever your flavor is. You make that list. Okay? And then you make the list of the kind of person you would need to be, the kind of qualities you would need to have as a man, woman, whatever, to get the person you want. Okay? So you make those 2 lists, and then you take the list of her, and you put that thing in a shelf. Because the only list that matters is the list of your shit. Because you can only control yourself. And so the list thing is very important, but at the end of the day, you want that bad female? What's it going to take? And then you work on yourself. You work on being the best you. And then she'll find you, or you'll find her, or something like that. So that's your relationship advice for the morning. And we're going to call it there, okay? Let's get Grace on here. I'd love to get Grace on here. I'd be like giddy like a little boy, though. You know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it there. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. It does help it out. I don't say that enough. If you could just subscribe to the channel, that would be great. Just give a little subscribe. Just do a little subscribe. Subscribe sub. Do all that. We'll be back at it tomorrow, as always, streaming every single day starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Consider becoming a member today. It supports the channel, and you get behind-the-scenes content as well, okay? Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Love, love, love. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.